Hello, my name is Martin and welcome back to another video. So it's a Wednesday night and we're doing something very different on a Wednesday night, and I wanted to introduce you to a new toy that I've got. You've met Cock Rover, you've met Tank Rover. Well, this new toy isn't in the vein of Cock Rover and Tank Rover because they're very much exploring vehicles. This is something I probably should have had a while ago, really, considering that we're into the industrial history that we are. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the unboxing, so don't get too steamed up, and there's your clue. Okay, so open the box. Let's have a look. You got it all right, yeah. There you go. There she is. So we'll get it out and we'll have a look at it. Right, so we've got our fuel. We've got some lubrication oil. Some instructions. Right, how do I get this out without damaging it? Solid fuel burner. And out she comes. Needs a polish. And there it is. It needs assembling, obviously. There she goes. There you go. And there it is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give some close-ups with the GoPro, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to steam it up, and I forgot my lighter. I'm going to go and get my lighter. Got my lighter. Right, so let's get it steamed up and I'll tell you what my plans are. So I just need to take the canopy off. What I'll do is I'll just let you have a quick look round on it with the GoPro. Turn the GoPro on, let you have a quick look round. If it looks a bit grubby, it's because I've had it running already. So I've had it out and I've had it running and I've tried it out and everything. So there you go. And there it is from this angle. Trying to get a good angle on it on the thingy for you. Right, so there you go. That's it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to undo the drive from the wheel here, because I can't have it running about on this top here. I can't have it moving about, so it just needs to be able to, I want this drive wheel to run freely. Right, let me stop that, stop the GoPro. Right, quick brew. So what I have to do is I'm going to undo that screw there and take the canopy off, take the firebox out, take the canopy off for a moment. And you're probably wondering why I bought this. Well, maybe you're not, but you probably are wondering why I bought it. I'm going to undo the screw here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some water in the boiler. Right, so I've got my little funnel there. I'll do the GoPro again for you. Got my little funnel there, gave you some close-ups. And then, this isn't boiling water, but this is warm water. I'm going to fill the... Oops, shit. See, it's because I'm trying to focus on filming rather than... I'm going to fill the boiler up, and like I say, it's fairly warm water, but that's what you need to do so it doesn't take too long to steam up. And we've got a little sensor at the back there, little gauge at the back there to tell us when the boiler's full of water. Let's have a look. I have to put this camera down, this GoPro down, because I can't see what I'm doing properly. Sorry, I'm not used to filming like this. I'm all over the place, I'm fingers and thumbs. Let me just get this boiler sorted out. Right, so I'm going to screw my top on. Screw the top on the boiler. And I'm going to put it uses a little solid fuel kind of like, it's almost like solid methylated spirits that it burns, to be honest with you. So that's them. They come as little, almost like little sugar lumps. 1, 2. Actually, I might only need 2. I'll put 2 in. This usually burn fairly quickly. Come on, burn your buggers. Are they in? No, they're not in. Come on, you bugger. Just going to put the roof on. I'm still all fingers and thumbs. So that is, I put the roof on as you saw. What I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you it running on here, and then we'll take it outside. And we'll run it outside, actually get it moving, and you can have a ride on the back there, and you can see what it's like being on a steam tractor. So I've actually bought this for a piece of art that we want to do. We needed a steam tractor, and I never intended to buy one of these. I was buying little matchbox ones because I didn't want to spend the money on this. And Danny's doing the artwork, and he said, bit too small. I'm like, really? When you see the artwork, you'll probably understand why. So I got one that I thought was slightly bigger, matchbox one. He went, bit too small. So in the back of my head, I'm looking at these, the Mamod model, and I bought Mamod because I wanted to go British made. There is another company called Wilesco that make these, but I kind of I was struggling to get a hold of one because the company won't import to Britain anymore, and I wanted to buy a British, and as a kid I had one of these. Okay, so in the back of my head I'm thinking, right, should I buy a Mamod one? How much are they? Goes on eBay. Well, first of all, goes on the Mamod website, looks at how much they are. I'm going to be straightforward with you. They're about 220 quid. And I'm thinking, do I want to pay that much? Not sure. So this was months ago. So I put a bit of money by, waited, and then put a bit more money by, and then before I knew it, I was kind of like, I almost had the money for it. Also, if you go on eBay and you look at these things on eBay second hand, they're going for like 150, 180 pound. So you're only 40 quid off new. Some of them are going for 195 pound, and the annoying thing on eBay is when you look at the description, what a lot of the sellers say, and I hold them accountable for this, honestly. They'll say, they've obviously bought it on some flea market somewhere, or they bought it at some toy fair, and they're trying to knock it on, sell it on a profit, and they're saying they can't be bothered running it because the dealers. This has been in the loft for years. I've never run it, so you bought a scene. Well, if you're going to pay £180 for one of these. I want to know if it works and if it runs or not. And I kept reading this, bought a scene. It's been stuck in someone's loft. It's not run for the past 10 years, so I'm not sure what it's like. Well, not good enough. Not good enough. So I didn't buy any off eBay because that was the bulk of them. So I went straight to Mamod and I bought one from the Mamod website. Took about a week and a half to arrive, and here it is. Are we making sounds? Let's just do a little toot on the whistle. I use the GoPro so you can have a little toot on the whistle. I use the whistle as a kind of an indicator as to whether we've got any steam up or not. Not quite, still quite wet. So it's all wet there. All the water boiling. So we're not there just yet. We're not quite there. We've got a little bit more to go. So, cock rover, tank rover, what am I going to call it? Well, you've already, when I was a kid, I had one of these. There was another kid on the street who had one of these, and he was playing with it, and I thought it was wonderful. And he said, I'm selling it. He was obviously bored of it. How much do you want for it? £5. So I ran into my mum and I said, there's a boy out here and he's selling a steam engine and he wants £5 for it. Now, bless my mum, this was probably 70s, I don't know how old I was, 10, 11. So it was 77, 78, something like that. And my mum come out, looked at it and went, ooh, and he had it running for her. She said, that's a cracker, that's brilliant that. And bless her, she actually coughed up a fiver and we bought it, £5. Although there is there is a lot of steam in this, you know. I have filled the boiler up quite a bit, you know. So I'm letting a bit of pressure off. Don't do this at home, kids. I'm going to call it Auntie Bessie. And you're probably thinking, what a shit name. And you're probably thinking, yeah, that's just an old cliche. They all, you know, these old machines and old cars, you always call them Bessie. Come on, Bessie. Well, there's a reason I'm calling it Auntie Bessie, right? Obviously, and here's the reason, right? I did actually have an Auntie Bessie who me and my sister used to go to see when we were from being about 6 years old to maybe being about, I don't know, it seemed to stop about 9, maybe 10 years old. And Auntie Bessie was she was a very idyllic auntie. She was the typical quintessential auntie. We went to her house and it was really old fashioned, and she had a clock on the mantelpiece that went, when you sat in the room, it went, you know, it was like proper old lady house. Uncle Ernest was there, and she'd always make us our dinner, and she'd say, do you want beans? Beans on toast? And we always had beans on toast. And she'd get out a little fold out table. I think it was more like a games table, a card table. She'd get that out, unfold it, put a cover on it, and would sit, she'd make us beans on toast. But we're still in. Fire's still in, so we're still going. In summer, Auntie Bessie would take us up the lane and we'd go blackberry picking. And I've never, you know, it was the first time ever as a kid, a 6, 7, 8-year-old kid, I went blackberry picking. And I used to say to her, can we eat them? She'd say, of course you can eat them. Anyway, good old Auntie Bessie. So this thing, I had one as a kid. Yes, Bessie is a typical name for a kind of a machine, but I did have an Auntie Bessie, and Auntie Bessie represents sort of idyllic, innocent childhood. Buying one of these again is revisiting my childhood, and so I'm calling it Auntie Bessie. And it's not the most macho, brilliant name in the world, but that's what it's going to be called. So it's mainly been bought, like I say, for a piece of art. Right, let's see if we can. You're sick of this now, aren't you? Let's see if we can get it running. I'm going to give you some shots from the GoPro. There you go. We're running. Look at that. Auntie Bessie's on the go. And it sounds beautiful. It just sounds amazing. So what we'll do is look at the steam coming out the top. And normally that'd be coal, wouldn't it? That'd be like the exhaust from the coal and everything, but because it burns clean, you send a bit of steam up the chimney. Well, there you go, running. And I'll just shut it down a minute. Let's just get it running again. Can't resist it. I can't resist it. About time we had a steam engine, isn't it? Sorry, I'm looking like Francis now, aren't I? Purrs like a cat. So the next thing to do is to get this outside, get it running along, and give you a little bit of a ride on it. Have you done your oiling duties?
Yeah, I did it before.
You've oiled up Auntie Bessie?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one.
You know, come out there with the rock on.
Better with it.
She's ready to go. Right, so there you go, a bit of an outdoor trial of Auntie Bessie. She did well. Although we were on a slight downward incline, weren't we?
Ran out of steam.
It's a bit of a bugger sometimes because any obstructions in the way or anything, it won't run, will it? and you've got to get a proper good head of steam up. James, you did a good job with the lubrication.
I'm good at lubrication.
You're very good. Anyway, there you go, outside trial, Auntie Bessie. I tried to give you a cab ride on the back by chasing after it with the phone, because we did try and mount a GoPro to it. Didn't quite work, kept falling off.
Got there.
Started to melt the tape, didn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. So, while I was looking for this thing, obviously I'm looking all over, I'm looking at these websites, and there was two manufacturers I came up with. I'll just shut it down a minute. Two manufacturers that I came up with, Mamod and another company. And you start to look at stuff, don't you? And you start to get carried away, as I did. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do with Auntie Bessie now is I'm going to just let it run out of steam. In fact, so let's do an experiment. Let's take the fire out and see how long she runs for without the fire in. I'll end up burning the bloody room down, won't I? Look at that, no fire in. Still going. Ah, died now. Right, well, how much have we got for whistle? Right, well, I'll have to let them burn out now. Put them on top a minute. So I'm looking around for Auntie Bessie, and I'm coming across these websites, and I'm looking at things. That's my GoPro. I'm looking at things. I'm going, yeah, well, ooh, look at that one. Oh, look at that one. And I come across this other manufacturer called Wilesco, and of course, like a fool, I bought a second toy, and that will be the subject of another video we'll do, because we've had Bessie running now. I'm going to put Bessie on the floor. I'm going to try and put Bessie on the floor without burning my bloody hands off. So I'm going to show you the second toy that I bought, and it was very naughty. I shouldn't have done it. Let me just put Bessie down here. She has to cool down now. So, you know, when you're a late night internet session and you're looking at stuff and you get too carried away. Now my excuse is that it's high time on this channel, considering we look at all these old machines and industrial relics, it's high time that we should have a steam engine. So I bought a static steam engine. I'll let you have a look at this. There you go. I'll put it that way on for you. So we've got a static steam engine, we've got a boiler, we've got a chimney to go on. We need to put the chimney on, which goes on here like that. And in the next Wednesday night video, I've not powered this one up at all. We'll have a go at powering this one up, and I'll try and get somebody here, James or Roy or someone, and we'll get an extra pair of hands to do the filming. So yes, Martin's gone a bit silly on steam engines. Anyway, that's the stuff. That's Auntie Bessie, and I'm coming up with a name for this one as well. I've got a name for it, I think. I'm going to be very selfish with the name, and I'm going to give it names that mean things to me. I'm thinking of calling this one Vulcan, and it's called Vulcan after the Vulcan foundry at Newtonley Willows, the English electric works that built all the early diesel engines, and probably built some steam as well, but I know it as the Vulcan foundry. They built the early diesels. Vulcan. So this is Vulcan, and I'll just turn it around for you again. There you go. And I'm very excited about that. So I hope you enjoyed that little video. We've finally got a steam engine, and I think it's about time, because it's cost me a bloody fortune. Thank God for credit cards there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully be a proper adventure.